Somebody call a plumber because leaks about Black Ops 4 are coming in so fast, and they also might be so full of shit to round out this analogy. The ball dropped on Tuesday when Polygon reported, and later was corroborated by both Kotaku and Eurogamer, that Black Ops 4 will not have a campaign mode because it was too ambitious and couldn't be completed in time. Thus, the team has shifted focus onto multiplayer and zombies. This will upset the handful of people that for some reason look forward to the linear color by numbers 4 to 5 hour in duration short story, of which people hated the last Treyarch one anyways, since it made no sense both within the series and within itself. James C. Burns, who portrays Sergeant Frank Woods in the Black Ops series, also tweeted that he will not reprise the role in Black Ops 4, which makes sense if there's no campaign for him to be featured in. The other ball dropped when in the same Kotaku and Eurogamer articles, as well as a Charlie Intel tipster, all claimed that the upcoming Call of Duty game will instead have a Battle Royale mode, which apparently is being made by Raven Studios, and it, quote, may not hit the magic 100 player mark seen in other Battle Royale games at the time Black Ops 4 comes out, but developers are working towards that number, end quote. I mean, that makes sense. Treyarch has netcode and hit detection issues even with only 12 player lobbies. Can you imagine 8 to 9 times that amount? Now, the entire testicle is burst open after Matthew Harris, some video game journalist student who I'm not sure why I'm even bothering to report on this shit, other than the fact that some of the things that he said are quite alarming. Anyways, he tweeted a bunch of leaks about not only the campaign and Battle Royale modes, but also multiplayer and zombies for Black Ops 4. He details a now scrapped campaign, which Activision, spelled with a $, called too out there and cumbersome. The main idea was to have a time travel element, which, by the way, I called back when the name of Black Ops 4 was first revealed to have those 4 solid bars instead of the Roman numeral IV, because that's how it's portrayed on watches only. Anyways, this time travel simulation mechanism would allow players to complete missions from the other games in the Black Ops series to alter the events of the past in order to rewrite history, because history is written by the victors, and you're that rebel with an actual conscience in the single-player campaign, hence the forget what you know slogan from the teaser. While we all know that Call of Duty might as well be the greenest franchise on Earth because it constantly recycles shit from its previous games, the large sprawl and very futuristic tone of time travel made it both impossible to finish and not safe enough for the publisher to get the green light. Instead, they're hopping on the latest gravy train to get all of the monies through a Battle Royale mode, which is actually something that's already part of Call of Duty. If you're scratching your head at me saying that, it's probably because you've never played Call of Duty Online, the free-to-play Chinese version of the game, which came out in 2013 in alpha, then later in open beta in 2015, and has been constantly updated since by none other than Raven Studios, who is named as the studio working on the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale mode. There's a twist in here, as Matt Harris explains, that being similar to Call of Duty Online, the Battle Royale mode for Call of Duty is going to be a separate entity, updated like a games-as-a-service model like other non-annual franchises and the direction that the industry as a whole is moving, and it will be bundled with Black Ops 4, similar to what happened with Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Reimagined. Thus, you have to own Black Ops 4 in order to get access to the Battle Royale mode. For the next Infinity Ward game, be it Modern Warfare 4 or Infinite Warfare 2 or Call of Duty Ghosts 2, the Battle Royale game will be updated with a map that fits into that universe as sort of a DLC add-on, which requires you to buy Call of Duty 2019 in order to access it. The current incarnation of the Battle Royale game mode in Call of Duty Online only has 18 players in it and behaves similar to the old school mode in Call of Duty 4, where you could pick up weapons and perks from the ground, so I'm sure that it was a testing ground for this new mode described here. As far as my opinion on yet another Battle Royale mode in a video game, if Call of Duty can do things differently and more importantly better than what's already out there, then I'm fine with it. In fact, I could detail what I'd like in a Call of Duty Battle Royale mode in another longer video if you guys want me to. Let me know down in the comments section if that's something you desire. Moving on to the most head-scratching parts of the entire leak, the multiplayer detail, or lack thereof, which mentions that the multiplayer mode barely resembles a Call of Duty game at this point, and there are parts that are boots on the ground than others that aren't. He further clarified in a later leak that instead of kill streaks, Black Ops 4 will be using Black Ops 3's specialists, as if hero shooters haven't oversaturated the market even more so than Battle Royale games, but going a step further with incorporating the Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost Specialist package, which the name checks out, and will allow your character to gain better perks during battle when going on streaks, instead of having the traditional score streaks that we all know and love, one of which was called Movement Alteration, which would grant you jetpack-like abilities during the match. This system, not surprisingly, didn't get a warm reception from early playtesters, so they're abandoning the structure for a more traditional multiplayer system, but much like the campaign situation, they've already lost tons of development time and resources, so get ready for the actual Black Ops 3.5 that Infinite Warfare claimed to have been. People are already delving into Big Daddy Von's now only tweet, since he deleted all of the others, stating that things aren't black and white or binary 0 or 1, as proof or confirmation of the dual-faceted part of the multiplayer leaks, with both boots on the ground and jetpack-like gameplay. I highly doubt that Activision would have signed off on this far-fetched idea, yet rejected the single-player campaign for the same rationale, unless Treyarch convinced the publisher that this type of multiplayer suits both fans of boots on the ground and jetpack experiences. I happen to like both styles of games, but mixing and matching them in one title sounds like a recipe for a shit stew. It's funny that this 3-dev Monty scheme is supposed to make developers learn from other developer studios that are also doing Call of Duty, but it seems they haven't learned the lessons of Call of Duty World War II, even after the Divisions update went back more towards the normal Call of Duty multiplayer that everybody copy-pastes every year. The last piece regards zombies, and since I don't really care about running around for hours on end just out of arm's reach, I'm not a neckbeard that knows much of the story. That being said, I do know that most of the zombies community aren't huge fans of the Transit Crew, which happen to be involved in one of the two purported launch maps, which is a remake of Mob of the Dead where the comic books end, and are the key to tying the Monty Perfect universe with the 115 universe, which is probably where all of the DLC will belong, since there's nothing like locking characters people actually want to play as behind paywalls like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Darth Vader. Putting a nice bow on this entire mess is that while people were bitching about the rumored Modern Warfare 2 remastered not having multiplayer and being campaign only, that actually seems to make a lot more sense now that the upcoming Black Ops 4 will not have a single player mode at all. Does this mean that we'll have Modern Warfare 2 remastered for campaign, Black Ops 4 for multiplayer and zombies, and Call of Duty Battle Royale as another standalone mode? Activision declined to comment on the rumors, but if this is an accurate picture, I fully expect Black Ops 4 to be an absolute shit show, given that it's already not only far behind in the development timeline, considering all the wasted resources towards the non-existing campaign and the lapses of judgment for multiplayer, but there's also ginormous creative differences between Activision and Treyarch, which is making people want to leave the company, like Jason Blundell has been rumored to be out after this title. It makes all of that ridiculous unearned hype for this game even more bittersweet when people like me get to say, I told you so. What do you guys think about this bombshell of leaks? I've been the Schwantz27, making like a fetus and heading out. Until next time.